Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to Drew Nation, the Galactic Family, and the GCVs. Let's get right into it. Look, the time where you feel like giving up is your rite of passage to success, because that's when you're closer than ever, all right? That's your rite of passage to succeed. Think about that. The time where you feel like giving up is your passage, your rite of passage to succeed, because that's when you're closer than ever. It's just like when that picture on the internet of the person digging for diamonds. The person was digging for the diamonds and digging for the diamonds. And right before they hit the diamonds, guess what they did? You know what they did. The person gave up, and somebody came along and did little to no effort and stole all that person's hard work. Not even stole it. In a sense, they stole it because the person, well, nope, they didn't stole it. That person just let all their effort go to waste. And that's what you're doing when you give up. When you feel like giving up and you stop, you're letting all your effort previously go to waste. You got to think about the person before you. You can't be selfish for the person that's there right now. You can't be selfish and just be worried about this person that doesn't feel like it. What about the person who felt like it? What about all the times where you pushed yourself, where it was hard, it was difficult? You had to drag yourself through the mud, the muck, and the mire. Drag yourself out of bed. Drag yourself to work. Drag yourself to the gym. Drag yourself to your desk to sit at your computer. Type those papers up. Type out that lesson plan. Type the pages to that book. Type that new chorus up. Type those new song lyrics up. Put that new melody together. Put that new beat together. Put that new drum loop together. Put that new sound kit together. Not giving up is your rite of passage to succeed. Because when you feel like giving up, that's when you're closer than you've ever been. When you're close, the devil wants to come and play on your mind. You know you should stop, right? You know you should give up, right? You know you shouldn't go any further, right? You know you can't keep going. You know you don't have what it takes, and it'll be right on the other opposite side of the door. All you got to do is take the key and unlock the door. What you want is right on the opposite side of you not giving up. And you not giving up is the key that's going to open that door. But if you give up, you'll never unlock the door and see what's on the other side. Never. There's people who never figured out what success was going to taste like. They never felt what it was going to feel like to wear those nice shoes, put on that nice suit, sit in that nice restaurant amongst all the other successful people. Not that you need them to be there, but if it's anywhere where you're going, I know there's going to be some successful people there. I can smell the success coming up off you through the phone. Smell like success. So you got to know that everything you want is on the opposite side of you not giving up. You give up, you'll never get to experience that $500 dinner, paying for it like it's nothing. Being able to go back out in the parking lot and sit in your dream car and drive back home to your dream house. You know you're worth it. You know you deserve it. If it's in your mind, it's already yours. You've already accepted it. And if not, you need to accept it now. You need to accept it for yourself right now. Because what's on the opposite side of giving up is failure. What's on the other side of not following through is disappointment. You know how disappointed you're going to be? All the time that you put into getting to this point to figure out everything that you needed to know up until this point. Because You may not be where you want to be yet, but you got to think it took a heck of a lot of time for you to take it to where you were at ground zero, not knowing anything, taking it from scratch to where you're at right now. And you dedicated hours, you dedicated days, you dedicated weeks, months, years, all that time. Don't just throw it away because a little frustration. Don't throw it away over a little anger. Don't throw it away over things not turning out the way you want. Because we all go through times where we don't feel like doing anything because we haven't got the result we wanted. It's only common sense. Why would somebody keep doing something when they're not getting it right? Why would someone keep trying to do something when they keep failing? Eventually, a person is going to want to feel like giving up. But you got to put those feelings to the side because feelings don't matter when it comes to success. Success doesn't care how you feel. Success doesn't care how you feel. Success wants to know one thing. Do you want it or not? That's all success cares about. Do you want it or not? Do you have what it takes to obtain it or not? That's all success wants to know. Success doesn't want to know nothing else. Are you willing to sacrifice and put forth an effort to bring yourself up to where you see yourself? Are you willing to raise your standard of work ethic to place yourself where you see yourself in life? You see yourself at the top. Are you willing to work to get there? Even when you don't feel like it, even when you want to stop, are you going to say, you know what? I'll just give up. I tried. I did my best. I put in a whole bunch of years on this, but, people are asking me a lot of questions, starting to weigh down on me. The fact that I'm not there yet, starting to weigh down on me. Still some things I have to learn. There are some people younger than me who are already successful. They're already doing their thing. I'm a little older now. Some years have passed. I've been doing this for almost a decade. Maybe I should quit. Maybe I should stop. I tried. I didn't get to where I wanted to. I don't have the right equipment. I don't have enough money. I probably look crazy doing it. Nobody my age is still doing this. Who would think that they could do this considering my circumstances? Who would think that they could still become great or become successful considering everything that I have going on? Who would imagine that? A dreamer would. A believer would. Somebody that knows no matter what they go through, they're still going to get what they want. And that's what's on it takes a mindset like that to get through the periods where you don't feel like doing something. It takes a mind like that. You have to realize that when I don't feel like doing this is a very crucial time. This is a very pivotal moment for me to keep pushing forward, because the times where you don't feel like doing something, that's going to create your new work ethic to make you strong enough to get to the next level. I said the time where you don't feel like doing something is a very pivotal moment, because it's going to create your new work ethic. It's going to push you through that new threshold that you need to go through in order to get to the next level. Because whatever you don't feel like doing something, I guarantee you that's a moment where if you do it, you'll level up. You don't feel like doing it because that's a moment where you're about to level up. That's a moment to where you have to push yourself. That's a moment to where you got to dig deep and find something within yourself that you may not have known you had, but it's there. Oh, it's there, because God created us with everything that we were going to need to be whatever we chose to be, whatever He wanted us to be in our life, whatever our passion was, whatever our goals are. God already knew them. Whatever the calling was He placed on our life, He already placed everything inside of us that we need. We just got to dig deep and find it. We just got to locate it. We got to relocate it. We just got to be aware of it and know it's there. We gotta know it exists, and if not, we gotta make it exist because it's there. It's there. So all that giving up, you're gonna have to take that and you're gonna have to do something with that, because that right there is not going to get you where you want to be. Giving up doesn't get anybody anywhere. Giving up doesn't get anybody anywhere. Giving up is not going to make you successful. Giving up is not going to change how hard your life is. Giving up is not going to make things easier for you. In fact, it's going to make things harder, because now you're going to have a life that you don't want with all this extra time to just sit around and think about how miserable and how sad and how sorry things are. And that's a cocktail for destruction. That's a mixture for disaster. All right, you might as well pour that in a bottle and put a sticker with skull and crossbones on it, because anybody that takes that in is going to die. When you sit around and you knew that you had the ability to become something, but you gave up and you let it go, and now you have all this extra time to just sit and watch everybody else and focus on everybody else, guess what? You're going to be just like everybody else, and you're going to become one of them. Your worst nightmare. You better go become successful. You better go. Would you rather feel like doing something that you got to dig deep and muster up the energy, the courage, and the fortitude to do? Or would you rather sit around and become someone that you despise, or that low key is jealous of you and hateful towards you? Because guess what? You sit around and not do anything, they're still going to be jealous of you and hateful towards you, because you're still going to feel better than them, because they're still going to see you as what's the word? They're going to see you as what's that word? Potential. All right, they're going to see you as, I know it's a scientific term for it, when the potential is not, when the person's not doing anything, or it's something potential, but they're going to see you as potential. They're going to see your potential energy. There we go. Elephant never forgets, baby. They're going to see that potential energy. All right, so even when you don't choose to be successful and you sit around and you do nothing, you have what is called potential energy. So you better choose to do something. You better take that potential energy, take that potential, and become successful with it. Make something out of yourself. Choose to do something with your life. Instead of giving up, don't choose to give up. Choose to keep going. If it's hard, it's only going to be hard for a brief period of time. It's only going to be hard because you're entering a new plateau. All right. Remember when you played Pokemon and you got to the Indigo Plateau? All right, and you were if you played Pokemon or any game, when you got to a certain level, it got difficult. It's just like life. You didn't give up playing the game just because the game got difficult. You knew that you had something in you to beat this game. You believed in your ability to beat that game. You need to look at life the same way. You need to look at life like a video game. I have the ability to beat life. Or not sorry, life. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I have the ability to master and handle whatever comes at me in life. I have the ability to fight back. When life wants to fight me, I can fight back. All right. When life wants to push on me, I could push back. I don't have to just get pushed down and lay down and die just because something got hard or something got difficult. Don't give up when things get difficult. When things get difficult, you have to see what you're made of. That's the time period where you see what you're made of. You get through that and you feel more accomplished about yourself. You feel greater about yourself. You know that you're a force to be reckoned with. You know that you ain't nothing to be played with. All just from not giving up. It's going to create a new energy for yourself. It's going to create a new level of confidence for you. It's going to open up new doors in your mind. All right. More endorphins, more dopamine is going to be released. All right. This is why people who are successful and who are creative, this is why their energy is so vibrant and so high. They're always Things may not always be happy, but I guarantee you they'll always be able to bounce back and create more happiness for themselves than somebody who's living an average life, doing things that weigh them down, doing things that make them depressed, having to keep going to places that they don't really want to go to. All right, living a life that they don't dream of. People who live a life that they created for themselves, when bad things happen, they at least get to fall back on the fact that they have an amazing life. You can't discredit that. All right, things go wrong for successful people, just like things go wrong for average people. All right, just because you're successful doesn't mean your life is perfect, but being successful makes your life better. All right, so why give up when you know that if you were to keep going, you would end up where everybody else that kept going ended up? The people who ended up with the nice cars and homes, they didn't give up. They were once you and once thinking thoughts just like you. Am I going to make it? Do I have what it takes? Will I be able to pull this off? You know how many people had to convince themselves that they were going to pull off their crazy idea that everybody told them wouldn't work? Everybody raised their eyebrow at them like I'm doing you now. Everybody looked at them sideways, gave them the bombastic side eye. You think that's going to work? You think you're going to become successful selling cheesesteaks out of a van? You think you're going to become successful selling hot dogs out of a van? You think you're going to become successful making smoothies? You think you're going to become successful selling rice bowls? You think you're going to become successful making tie-dye shirts? It's about the effort and work that you put into it. You could become successful doing anything. But when you start to get the feelings of, I don't know if this is going to work out. I think I'm wasting my time. I'm not successful yet. I'm not able to, I don't have a house yet. I haven't been able to move out of my old apartment yet. I haven't been able to get a new car yet. I haven't been able to find a new job yet. I haven't been able to get over this relationship yet. You got to get all that out of the way. Those are things that want to weigh you down. See, and those are the things that are not going to go away just because you give up. When you give up, it doesn't go away. You got to live with the fact for the rest of your life that you let this thing beat you and defeat you, and now it's going to eat you. When you let something beat you and defeat you and you have power to go back and fight again and do your best and actually win, but you just chose to lose, you chose to give up because it got hard, it got difficult, you let it defeat you, you let it beat you, well, guess what? It put a napkin around its neck, it got a knife and fork, it got some salt and pepper, it got a plate, it got a table with the white napkin on it, they got a violin player, a little bottle of this, a little cheese on the side, he about to eat you. He about to sink his teeth in you and eat you slowly. And he gonna finish you up right when you're on your deathbed. Thank you. I enjoyed that. You don't want that to happen to you. You don't want that to be you. I know you don't want that to be you because everybody sees something for themselves that other people may see as impossible. Everybody has something for themselves that if they told someone, they'd be like, you can't have that. But the thing is, you have to be able to feel, know, believe that it's already yours. And that's why you're not giving up. And when you know something is already yours, you know what you're giving up. You're not just giving up with a blank slate in your mind of what could have been. Well, I'm just going to give up. I don't know what I could have gotten. No. We know what we want. That's why we're working towards it. You have to know what you want. When you have a why, when you have a reason for why, it's going to be less likely for you to give up because you could always pull back on that reason for why you're doing something. When you want to give up, you have the reason why you're doing it. Why am I doing this? Because I want to change my life. I want to be financially free. I don't want to work for a job forever. I don't want to drive the same car forever. I don't want to walk forever. I don't want to live in an apartment, in a hotel, in a motel forever. I don't want to be on SSI forever. I don't want to be on assistance forever. Bang. Beep, beep. Who got the keys to the Jeep? We do. We got them keys, baby. We don't want to be surrounded in an environment that we don't want to be in forever when we know we deserve better. So you have to know when you give up, you're giving up on a lot more than that dream. You're giving up on a better lifestyle for yourself. God gave you that dream to be able to get out of the circumstances that life would throw at you because he wanted you to tell your story, give your testimony to inspire other children of God. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. Getting through, going through, overcoming, rising above, packaging it up, putting our formula together and passing it on to other brothers and sisters. I'm not letting that shit stop me. You got to be kidding me. I ain't letting that stop me. But anyway, for all the successful people in the room, for all the people who want to do something with their life, for all the people who want to have something in their life, for all the people who want to go somewhere in life, for all the people who want to be something and be great and be able to go to Mount this and go to this state or this country or go out on this vacation. You're giving up on your vacation. You're giving up on your dream life. Don't laugh at that 3-year-old version of you that wanted all these things. Don't laugh at that teenager version of you that thought this and thought that, and I'm going to have this. You may not have it now. Don't give up. But guess what? You're still alive. You're still here. Keep working towards it. Keep working for it. It may not happen when you want it to happen, but it'll happen for you when you're ready. And when you keep working towards it and you don't give up, you'll start to see it come to you. You'll start to see it start to appear in your life before your very eyes. You'll start to get excited. You'll start to get hungry. You'll start to get more eager. You won't be able to give up by that point because your meal is starting to be prepared. It's like preparing a full course meal and then you got it baking in the oven. You gonna give up before it's done cooking, or are you gonna finish, let it cooking, and eat it? Or are you gonna give up and let it eat you? Don't let your goals and dreams eat you. Don't give up on your dreams so that they eat you. Don't give up on life so that life devours you, leaves you depressed, leaves you sad, leaves you sorry, leaves you in self-pity, condemning yourself, frustrated because you had something great that you could have done to make an impact on your life, other people's lives. Your whole life would have changed if you didn't give up. But you said, you know what? I'm going to stop. Just because things got hard, I'm not going to keep going. Just because things aren't going my way, I'm going to put this down and never pick it up again. That's the wrong idea. And your mind is full of right ideas. So with a mind full of right ideas that will never go away, that will never leave you nor forsake you, why give up? You got a mind connected to God. You got a mind connected to infinite intelligence that guides you and leads you, that you can call on at any moment, at any time. Don't let that devil of fear or doubt or negative thinking get in the way. We all have negative thoughts that we have to overcome when we're working on something that we're learning or just figuring out or doing something new and we want to make it a career for ourselves or become successful at it. It's not easy. But those who keep going, those who don't give up, those who are disciplined, and when they don't feel like doing it, they keep doing it. They push through the I don't feel like it stage, because when you push through that I don't feel like it stage, that's going to create the energy for the new level for you to reach that success. Because you got to think about it. All that it takes to push through, all that it takes to get to that next level, you're still going to be working on that level when you get to that next level. And that energy that you mustered up to get there, that's going to be your new energy to carry you through that next level. But if you give up, you'll never experience that. So why give up? You're selling yourself short. You're cheating yourself. You want successful, but you like success and give up cannot be success, and a mindset that gives up cannot be in this. It can't be in the same mind. Success and giving up can't be in the same mind. You cannot want to be rich or to create a life that you want and have a mind that thinks that it's going to give up. Or you can't have a mindset, you can't have a give up mindset and want to reach success. It's not going to happen. So you have to buckle down. You gotta settle down. You gotta put your mindset on, I'm going to do this. I've got this. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to overcome. I'm going to outperform. All right. I'm going to step it up. I'm going to level up. Whatever you got to do. Whatever you must do. All right. So the times where you feel like giving up, that's your rite of passage. If you give up during the time where you feel like it, you will never make it in life. Just because you feel like giving up, you'll never make it. Everybody's going to pass you. People are going to be doing better than you. People are going to leave you behind in the dust because they kept going. They figured it out. They went through the hard, tough times. They didn't allow themselves to be stopped. If you allow yourself to be stopped, you deserve a life. You deserve what comes with a life of a person that stopped and that gave up. If you stop and you give up, you deserve the bare minimum. God created you, made you fearfully and wonderfully made. All right, gave you a righteous mind, gave you a clean heart, gave you a clean spirit. He put so much in you that people are jealous of you. They hate on you. They wish they could be you, and you ready to give up. God gave you a life that everybody wish they had, and you ready to give up. You got people following you. They wish they could be you so bad. People so excited at just the sight of you. And you want to throw all that away because you can't get something right now. You can't figure it out right now. You can't throw a whole you can't throw a block of money up in the air right now. You can't drive your dream car right now. You can't quit that job where they hate you and they ain't you right now. I know it's stressful, but guess what? When you keep fighting, you keep reaching towards better. You keep reaching towards your goal. You keep reaching towards the mark. Right? When bad things happen, you can't go bad with them. You got to forget those things that are behind. Anything that is not in front of you, that's not going to benefit you, you need to put behind you. Anything that's not in front of you, anything that's not your dream, anything that's not your future, anything that's not success, you need to do away with anything that you need to put behind you or that anything that needs to be behind you. All right. And the attitude to where you feel like giving up, you need to put that behind you. You need to put all that behind you. You better put that behind you. Because if you don't put that behind you, if you don't do away with the idea of giving up, if you don't do away with the spirit of I can't, if you don't do away with the spirit of I don't think I can, or that's not for me, or I'll never be able to. If you don't do away with all that, if you don't put those things behind you, you'll never make it. But it's a mental thing. So put those things behind you so that way you can make it. And that way you could develop a better mindset for yourself. So that way you could create the reality that you want and the life that you want will come to you. Instead of you having to struggle. Instead of you having to worry. Instead of you having to live a life that is less deserving of you. So that way you can create what you want and be happy like you was born to be, like you was created to be. Focus on your rite of passage because you're closer than ever. So don't ever forget it. If I'm closer than ever, why would I give up now? If I'm closer than ever, why would I let anything get in the way? Because when you're close, it's going to be a lot of things that strike. It's going to be a lot of things that try to attack. It's going to be a lot of things that try to knock you back. It's going to be a lot of things that try to get you off your square. All right, because you're close. You got to think about that. When you're close to what you want, when you're close to that dream, it's just like being close to the end of a level at a video game. When you're close to the end of the video game, what happens? You got the boss. So when you're close, that's the boss. That not giving up, that spirit or that negativity or that funk or that new thing that you got to figure out, that's a boss. And you have to beat it. Because if you don't, it'll beat you. So make sure you stay focused so that way you can beat that boss. You can level up because you can if you really want to. I'd like to see everybody in the next video. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. It's been another Druuill special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. I'll see everybody in the next video. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Druuill out. Peace, love, and light.